Okay, guess what? We're here for show one, the steps of service. Been a long wait to get this going. I'm Stephanie, and I'm here with Michele, the Restaurant Diva. How amazing is this? Show one. It's finally underway. We're going to give you a whole overview of who we are so you know where we're coming from and where this is starting from. So I'm going to start first because I don't know, it's just the way it is. Anyway, just to give you a little background of who I am, my name is Stephanie Ovadia. In real life, I'm an attorney. I don't know. I don't really like that real life. So I guess, we'll put that at the bottom of my list of things that I do because, that doesn't seem all that important to me most times. It might be important to you, but you'll understand why because I got a lot of other things going on and they just seem to take precedent over, the attorney gig. That's just the way it is. Anyways, so what I am most proud of, yes, I am most proud of that I am a mom of eight. Really, all mine, because that's the next question. Everybody wants to know, are they all yours? Yes, they're all mine. It's the way it is. Eight of them, all eight. Four boys, four girls. Didn't plan it that way. Back then we couldn't do those things. Today you can, but not then. But four and four, four boys, four girls, and all really good kids, if I might say so myself. A little bragging here and there, but all great, great, amazing children. As I told you at the beginning of this, I'm also an attorney. I also represent a lot of people. I also have a lot of side hustles, my own little side hustles, and got lots of hobbies. Never enough time to do them all, though would love to. You wouldn't believe, but I'm a pretty good knitter. I'm a pretty good crocheter. And quite frankly, when I have that alone time, I just enjoy working on pieces. So that's pretty much who I am. And I'm going to let Michele tell you who Michele is. But this is the first of the show, The Steps of Service. And there is so much to come. You just wait and see. All right, my friend, your
All
turn.
right. Well, like Stephanie said, I am Michele DiMeo, aka the Restaurant Diva, and Stephanie and I have been trying to get this launched and put together for months. So we are so excited to do our first show, and we have the most amazing guest, and I'll introduce him in a minute. But like Stephanie said, just like her, my most amazing attribute and my most amazing asset is my three girls. I'm so excited to be a mom, a restaurateur, and like Stephanie, I have a million side hustles as well. And it's funny because I am married to my life partner and my business partner, but my wifey and I are now doing amazing things, and that's Stephanie. She's my next partner, right, Steph?
That's right. I like being the wifey.
The
That sounds
wifey.
good. The
So we are
wifey.
now doing our podcast, and we're doing amazing reality stuff and launching our new clothing line and so many amazing things that we're doing. So we're so excited to launch this, and we have amazing shows coming up. And like Stephanie said, we're going to talk about everything.
All right. So, anyways, it's amazing and exciting that this is finally coming about. As we told you, this has been long in the making and it's finally here and it's finally before you. And I hope you're going to really enjoy this. I tried to think of with Michele something that no one talks about, something that's sort of swept under the rug, but we all think about it. I don't care who you are. When you go out to dinner or you go out to lunch, you're thinking about the food, of course, because everybody likes good food. Everybody likes the experience. What's better than a great restaurant experience or eating experience? It's amazing. That's the best thing you can have is, being with friends or even being alone. Like I said, I could sit in a restaurant and just knit and be very happy, sip on my wine, eat my little meal, and be very, very happy.
And drink your
But
Diet Coke.
I drink my Diet Coke. See, she knows me because that's exactly what I would be doing, sipping on that Diet Coke. I wanted to be sort of foo-foo, talk about wine, but in reality, I would probably be drinking a Diet Coke. But the worst part for me, and I'll let Michele tell you her feelings on this, but the worst, absolute worst part for me is when you have to go to the bathroom. I hate going to the bathroom in a restaurant. I just hate it. I must go to the bathroom 10 times before I leave to go out to dinner or lunch or anything because I need to like make sure there's like not a drop in my bladder. Because the thought of having to go in a restaurant just so
Because
skeeves
you
me
never
out.
know what you're going to get.
Right. You never know what you're going to get. That's so true. But it so skeeves me out that I can't even bear the thought of opening the door, just touching the handle. It starts this whole horrible experience in my mind. And you know what? That's why we decided that the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the good and the bad. And we're each going to have a good and a bad bathroom. And I don't know, you restaurateurs may hate us after this. Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll make a difference. Maybe you'll clean up a little.
Hopefully, they'll clean them up and it
Right.
won't be the good, the bad, the ugly, and the dirty.
Right, exactly. That is exactly it. So, you know what? I'm going to let Michelle start because, listen, she's in the restaurant business. I'm just the consumer. I'm the one who goes there. So I come from a different perspective than the owner. The owner is the perspective of, okay, I have to keep this clean. How often do you clean a bathroom? Like, I was thinking about this just the other day. I was in a bathroom. It was actually in Target. Listen, you got to go, you got to go. And I hate going, but nothing worse than having to shop and pick up a few items and you got to go. I mean, just the way it goes, you know? When you got to pee and you're shopping, women will tell you this. It's a horrible feeling. Like you need to find a bathroom. That's it. You need to find a bathroom. So I had to go in Target and I was looking around and I'm like, this is Target. This is a major shopping area where gazillions of people go. Why in the world am I looking at this place like there's garbage all over the floor? There's a half-eaten piece of pizza. There's, a bottle of beer. I'm in Target. What is going on here? So my thought process, and this is my question to Michelle because she has way more experience. In fact, I have no experience. So what am I talking about? She has the experience in restaurant tours and how they manage their bathrooms. I think we should start with that because
Yeah.
how do you clean it? I mean, what do you do? Do you have a matrix? I
You know
mean,
what, Steph, I got to tell you, I agree with you 100%. I really believe the first place you should start at any restaurant is in the bathroom because if the bathroom is disgusting, run. Because in my mind, what if the bathroom's dirty, what's the kitchen look like? And when we do our restaurants and we build them and we design them, and I'm all about the experience and we can talk about that later, but that bathroom better be perfect and it better be beautiful and it better be pictures where you could take selfies. And, if you go to TikTok and you go to Instagram and you look up Tuscan Prime, one of our restaurants in Annapolis, every single picture starts with a selfie. Our number one selfie place in the restaurant is the bathroom because that bathroom better be spot on, beautiful, perfect, picture worthy. Because I look at the floor, I look at the walls, I look at the mirrors, I look at the sink, I look at the doorknobs. Because if that's dirty, what's the kitchen look like? Because you spend the amount of time cleaning the kitchen than you do the bathroom. So I'm all about the bathroom. So when Stephanie said she wanted to talk about bathrooms, I was like, bring it on because I agree with you 100%. And it's funny because, Gennaro, my partner in business and my husband, everywhere we go, he checks out the bathroom. And I always say, I don't know if he's checking out the bathroom or he really has to go to the bathroom. But we have our 4-year-old doing the same thing. Everywhere we go, she'll say, Mom, I'm holding it because that bathroom is disgusting. Or she'll be like, oh, this was beautiful. And she comes out and she talks about the bathroom. So when Stephanie said, you know what, we're going to start every show with a bathroom story, I said, you know what, it's brilliant because restaurants, I'm not even talking big retailers and stores. I'm talking restaurants need to get it together because some of them are disgusting. And that's why I said the good, the bad, the ugly, and the dirty. Because if they're dirty, I don't know if I would sit down and eat.
Right. You're so right. That's so true. But you know what we did? We had this idea for you to pick a bathroom. We each picked the worst and the best. So I gave you my worst to begin with because that Target was just horrific. It was absolutely horrific with garbage and there was soap drippings. You know what I mean? Where like you press the little button and like the soap continues dripping down the sink, and you see like the drippings. Gross. And sometimes it's
Hey, Steph, you
purple.
know what? People are going to see us coming because you know we love to eat, and they're going to say, "Run! Don't let them in! Lock the bathroom doors!"
Well, Target had purple soap because they had like purple soap running down. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. But for the best bathroom in my search of bathrooms for this week was the UBS Arena. Oh my God. OMG. They made those bathrooms like picture perfect. I have to tell you, they are picture perfect. We went to the Aerosmith concert, and I mean, Aerosmith was great, of course. And I just heard that Steven Tyler has now canceled all his concerts due to something wrong with him. So I'm so happy that I got to see him. But on top of that, I got to see the bathroom in the new UBS Arena. And I have to give kudos to them because really they built this place with the consumer in mind. Everything in there was spectacular. There wasn't one thing in that arena that wasn't spectacular. And when I walked into that bathroom, I expected greatness. I did. I expected greatness. I went into a couple of the restaurants, the outdoor seating. Everything about that place is sensational. And when I went into the bathroom, it did not disappoint me. It enhanced the experience that you have at UBS Arena. And I thought to myself, how much just one little bathroom can make in your experience of an Aerosmith concert. But it can. And
Funny.
that's really how I felt. And so I understand when Michelle talks about having as coming from her standpoint as a restaurant owner, that the bathroom needs to be literally, and I don't mean this figuratively, but literally picture perfect. Because if you're willing to take a picture in that bathroom, it's got to have something special. So I'm going to
Yeah.
let her tell you her perfect bathroom story. But if you haven't been to UBS Arena, and believe me, they ain't
You
paying
need
me.
to go, huh?
Yeah, they ain't paying me for this, but they should be because I could do a commercial for them because that arena is spectacular. It's truly spectacular, and it starts with their amazing, gorgeous bathrooms.
Yeah. So I have to tell you, my favorite bathroom story is a funny story. The restaurant is not open any longer. They were open in New York in the Essex House, but it was Elaine Ducasse. And for anybody that knows Elaine Ducasse, it's my God, one of the top Michelin star restaurants all over the world. And it was back when I worked in the accounting days, so it was a few years ago, but it was unbelievable. This bathroom was beautiful. They had attendants standing out the door. It's funny because one of my accounts that I worked with, he was kind of not from New York. He was like from a small town, Midwest. And he comes out from the bathroom and he sits down. He says, "Oh my God, they gave me chocolates when I left." Like he was so over the top. But I mean, this bathroom was amazing. They walked you in, they walked you to the door, they locked the door, you came out, they gave you soap, they gave you hand towels. It was crazy. And then after you were done, they handed you chocolates, they walked you back to your table. I said, okay, this is service. I mean, I have still tell the story about the bathroom where you come out of the bathroom and they feed you chocolate. I've never had an experience like that. I mean, but I agree with Steph. I mean, over the top, wow experience. And everything that we do in the restaurant business is always over the top. So seeing this was just so amazing to me. I don't know if I would, in my restaurants now give out chocolates because, the guy that came back to the table, that's the accountant, he said, "It's a little weird that I'm not even done dinner and I just left the bathroom and they're giving me chocolate." So I don't know if I would go that over the top, but in terms of cleanliness and decor, and it was just such a wow. So I have to say my 5 stars or 10 stars definitely goes to Elaine Ducasse.
See, and you remember that for
And I
so long,
remember it. It's
right?
like 15 years and I'm still talking about this bathroom.
Right. This bathroom is embedded in your brain for some reason. So that's to tell people how important a bathroom is. But before we bring our guest on, I would just want to ask you, as an owner of a restaurant, how do you keep a restaurant bathroom clean? Do you go in after every person goes? Do you go every 10 minutes, 20 minutes? Like what are the cleaning regiments as far as bathrooms in a restaurant?
Yeah. Well, obviously they're clean daily. I mean, every morning we have companies come in and sanitize them completely. And I mean, and we're so mindful of that now, even with COVID and wiping the doorknobs down and wiping the stall handles down. And I mean, we're crazy with that because I'm crazy with details anyway. But throughout the day, they have to check it. So, like our concierge that run the front, there's bathroom checks. They do them every so many minutes. So it's like every 30 minutes, on 30 minutes, they check it and they make sure there's toilet paper and paper towels and, the sinks are not all wet because I can't stand wet sinks. That is my biggest pet peeve. When you lean against a sink or you lean over and you feel like you took a bath in a restaurant, that's disgusting. And that goes to my disgusting story that I was at Cheesecake on Sunday. And even my daughter, I was like, please don't go near the sink. It was so wet and disgusting. I was like, you will get a bath. I literally washed her hands with soap, water, and a towel, leaning against the sink because it was so wet and gross.
Mm.
But, you know, checking it is so important. Every manager, every hour on the hour has to do a walkthrough. It's details. Details are details. So you can do a cleaning schedule. Doesn't matter whether it's 1, 2, before dinner, after dinner, before dinner service. But the point is, it's checking your restaurant. I mean, we teach every manager, we teach every employee that you do a walkthrough. You walk from the front to the back, from the door to the table to where they leave to where the guest leaves, because they see the details. Details matter. So cleaning schedules are there, but we teach our employees that it's not just the cleaning schedule. It's walking the restaurant from front to back and really looking at the details. So, you know, to me, restaurants are obviously the most important. Bathrooms are important. Look, Steph, you're not even in the restaurant business. You're an attorney and you care about the bathroom. So it just shows it doesn't matter what industry you're in,
Right.
bathrooms are so important, and details are important.
They are so important, and through COVID, I think they even became more important
Yeah,
because
for sure.
we all became somewhat germ phobic. And I don't know, you just learn as a little kid, got to put paper down on the toilet. I mean, you men don't know what this is all about, but there's like a whole scene little girls learn when you're a little kid, like about bathroom germs. Your mother teaches you all this about bathroom germs. I think that's why, like, I don't know, that's why I can't
I
use.
don't know, Stephanie. You know what? Every day I walk into the bathroom with Vivi, my 4-year-old. I'm like, don't touch anything. I think the people next to me are probably like, man, this woman is like neurotic. But I'm like,
Yeah,
don't touch anything. I must tell her 30 times, don't touch the walls, don't touch this, don't. And then we leave, and I'm like, don't touch anything.
that was my mother. Look what she did to me. I can't go to bathrooms. Like, I would rather explode and decombust and have nothing left of my body
I'm the
than
same
go to a
way.
bathroom. It's just
Oh, that's
horrible.
funny.
Horrible. Anyways, I don't want to waste any more time till next week when we have our next bathroom stories. But I want to bring in our amazing guest who's good friend of both of ours. Uh, his name is Spyder. I'm sure you know him from VH1, from Black Ink Crew. He is the main man on that show. And he's also the author and writer and head honcho of his own podcast, Ink and Out, which seems to be moving on up. So, anyways, Spider, you with me?
Yeah,
There you
Hello,
are.
Spider.
yeah.
And with a yo yo yo, I am here.
What's up? What's up,
Um,
ladies? How y'all doing? Glad to be here.
Glad you're here. Very glad you're here. So you heard what we're talking about.
Yeah,
We're talking about
terrible,
bathroom.
terrible. The bathrooms are definitely an experience. I haven't had the chance to go to any of the Tuscan Primes or anything, but the service and the attention to detail of the cleanliness for Michelle sounds incredible. So I'm definitely looking forward to my first experience and first selfie when I get there. But
Oh yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, don't worry. We're coming to New York, so you'll have firsthand
Oh,
experience too.
amazing, amazing, amazing. Yeah, bathrooms are very a staple of any restaurant. Bathrooms are almost like the living rooms of homes for restaurants. If
Yeah,
you
that's
know what I
true.
mean?
Good analogy.
Yeah, so man,
Good analogy.
everybody's going to be there. You know what I mean? It's like a house. Everybody's going to be in the living room. They ain't going to be in your room or the other room in the back and everything, but they'll be in that living room just like that bathroom if they don't even go in there. And people do, they check their Instagrams, their messages, their mails, might have a side conversation in the bathroom. So it's a place that dwells with a lot of different things if those walls could talk, right?
You
I've
know what?
seen people on FaceTime in the bathroom.
Everything.
You,
Everything. They
you know
conduct
what?
meetings in the bathroom.
You know what I just thought of when you were saying that? It's very interesting. Kind of reminds me of the barber shop.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, like if you don't
Yeah.
know New York City, the barber shop is where the best meetings go on.
yeah.
I have signed up some of the greatest clients in the barber shop, right? And isn't that the truth?
Absolutely, absolutely, and you know that's where ironically you do some really good networking, right? Out the bathroom, wash
Yeah,
your hands, and you hear somebody talking about, oh wow, get out of here! I'm from this place, and they and then you all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
that's true.
or they see something that
Hey,
you
Steph, you
wearing or
see what we
something.
started? You see what we started? It might not just be about the reviews of the bathroom. We might be talking psychology, networking,
yeah,
maybe
Right,
dating, fixing people up in the
right,
bathrooms.
right,
yeah.
You
You
never
see?
know.
right.
And think
You
about,
got
you know what, bringing that up, it's very interesting because a lot of times when you are going out on a first date, you get there early, you pop into the bathroom to just make sure, you're looking good. And then you head out to the seat wherever
Yeah.
you're going to sit, right?
yeah.
So it really does play more of a role when you
My
think
wife is
about
my
it.
wife is a bathroom connoisseur. That's the first place she goes when we go to a restaurant because she's going to take pictures off the rip. That's off the top. That's her first destination, first goal. Check this bathroom out. If it's amazing, the selfie going down right there instantly.
See? Like, you know what? That's true though. It plays a much greater role in people's experiences than they think about, even in a Target. I mean, think about it. You know,
Anywhere.
people have shopping and they have to use the facilities. So there's an experience of even using a bathroom in a Target. And it leaves
Steph, I got to tell you that you say that it changes your whole. So I left that bathroom on Sunday at Cheesecake after we had lunch, dinner, whatever it was, and the bathroom was so dirty that then I sat back down at the table and I started looking at everything.
Mm.
And I said to Janara, I'm like, look at the floor, look at the bar, look at the table. So then I couldn't get in my mind. And then I was like, I didn't even eat. I didn't even order dinner. It was really bad because I was like, you know what? This place is disgusting. And I said to him, I said, wow, it really went downhill. So the bathroom changed my whole view and focus of the whole
Wow.
place.
Yeah, of course.
that is what
Of course.
happens. That is what happens. So Spider, what's your worst
The
bathroom?
worst bathroom. Oh man, I got two different kind of worst bathrooms.
Tell
Yeah,
us.
any bathroom that's connected to any kind of gas station. Any, it's like a horror story. I'm scared of them. I'm terrified of any gas station, like 7-Elevens, the other little Boca Raton, whatever they called, all of those or whatever. I got to get it together. You got 1,000 people. You got all kinds of restaurants connected. Some of y'all just got the little food little areas in there. You know, you got the hot things you can warm up in there. Nothing associated with food and bathroom. Like it got to go hand in hand. It got to be on the same type of level like the kitchen. You don't get to see the kitchen, but you get to see the bathroom. You know what I mean? And that's just
Right.
Oh, rest stops are
it's
Well,
disgusting.
terrible.
like Michelle, it's interesting because like Michelle said, the bathroom is the eyes of the
Of
kitchen
course, I believe that. I
because
believe it.
you do not get to see the
I
kitchen
believe
in
it.
most
I
places,
believe it.
but you get to see the
That's
bathroom.
a plus for me. Always to
It's
see a kitchen
interesting.
in any kind of restaurant or whatever. That's always a big plus for me when I walk in. If I could see into your kitchen, I'm like, oh wow, okay, I like it. That's it.
Well, you know what? That's why every restaurant we build has an open
Nice,
kitchen
nice,
because you want to see
nice.
it. First off, you want the smell, you want the
I want the
environment, you want the
transparency.
experience, you want to see people cooking, you want to see the flames of the
Mhm,
steaks. It's like you close the walls. The first thing I think is, oh boy, what's going
mhm,
on back there?
mhm. I'm thinking, shiesty.
Right.
What are you
That's,
hiding back there,
it,
huh?
it's true. It's true. And think about this. We've been on for a half hour already, and in that half hour, we haven't even touched the surface of even one bathroom. I mean, we're barely hearing about your bathroom story. Can you imagine all the stories people have about
Yeah, yeah,
bathrooms? How
yeah.
crazy.
The other places that the worst. I've been in some places that don't even have a bathroom. How about that? I can't remember the
Really?
names of them because I never went back. I know there's a little seafood joint one time I passed by and they didn't even have a bath, and that was a kind of amazing to me. No, it's not even far fetched. I've been to even a really dope burrito spot or something out here in Jersey one time. I forget the name of it, but and the food was amazing, but no bathrooms. I'm like, okay, I guess this is a trade off, right?
How do they even do that? That's illegal. How do they even get open? I
Listen,
mean, there's so many laws.
I've
Like
been to
nowadays, even
spots
to
that
open a
have
restaurant,
no bathroom. You do not have a bathroom to
that's
use. You
crazy.
just come and get your food. You can sit there and eat if you choose to for a second or whatever, and then you bust a move. And I was like, wow, no bathroom?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know how they got that through the county because I mean, when you're building restaurants, they make you have so many bathrooms, so many parking spots. I mean, I don't even know how they
Michelle,
that's legal.
Michelle, do you think there are places in New York City, the Bronx, the boroughs, Brooklyn that care about the county
Absolutely.
or the
Right.
city? Are you
I,
I
kidding
guess
I,
me?
not,
Like,
obviously.
Steph,
what planet are you
I was
on?
wondering about, I was like, what
We have
county is
places
this?
that open up with a barbecue outside.
Oh
And you
my
know what?
God.
And a chair and a
For
table.
real.
You know what? We go up to the barbecue. We give the guy $4 for a hamburger. We sit down on his table
Yeah,
and
Steph,
chair,
I
and
had
we
a really
eat.
dope gyro
Right?
on the side of the Belt Parkway the other day,
Oh yeah.
actually.
Hey,
Listen,
Spider, guess what? If they didn't have a bathroom, it's probably a good thing because you probably wouldn't have want to gone in
Man,
it.
listen, crazy. Some of, like I said, some of them I never, well, not even some, because not that many. Because I go to a lot of restaurants. Me and my wife, we dine at so many different ones, from the mom and pop to the Michelin to all in between. And we like, yeah,
right.
we review all of them. Some of them we frequent at a lot, and some never seen our face ever again. But yeah, so yeah, we've seen all what most of fine dining has to offer and the worst.
Yeah, well, you know what? I gotta say, I'm definitely in the hardest business. I know you got, retail and doing what you do is hard, and Stephanie's, in the courtroom is hard, but
No, everybody got to eat.
restaurants are under like a microscope
Yeah,
every day,
everybody got to
literally.
eat. Everybody got to eat, and like Stephanie
Yeah.
said, COVID made things a little, not even a little more serious. Like as far as
Right.
the transparency of the cleanliness of these different facilities. You know what I mean? It's actually making a lot of other people actually wash their hands now, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people wasn't washing their
COVID
hands
brought,
before. Now they're washing their hands, and it's a good thing.
right. Listen, COVID brought germs
Yeah.
to the surface, no pun intended. But let's move on because you know what? We're going to get caught up in bathrooms and it'll be tomorrow
Right,
morning.
right,
So anyway,
That's the
I,
truth.
I, I wanted to, we're so lucky that we have you today as our first
right.
guest. This is
Appreciate it.
super
I'm
exciting.
excited.
But, you have a very interesting background because a tattoo artist to turn into really a TV
Right.
icon for many, many people. How does it feel when you think about yourself coming from the tattoo world to becoming really an icon?
Man, I'm humbled, and it make me a even more firm believer in doing what you love. Because like doing what I love, which was tattooing and art, for so many years, I wouldn't imagine that it would have took me on an even broader horizon, even before TV, to travel to so many different countries around the world and meet so many different people and put art on their skin. You know what I mean? And them wanting to travel from their different countries to me over here, and then TV came out of nowhere. It wasn't even a dream or desire of mine to even be on TV, and then boom, it just became a big part of my life.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Spider? They say when you love what you do, it's not
Right,
work, and you're so passionate about it, and success comes. So, I mean, I always say it when you wake up one morning and you don't like what you do anymore, you change your career because it's no longer your
right.
passion. And I mean, you're just so amazing and passionate about it, and people follow that passion and they love that
Hey,
energy,
thank you for real, and and I'm humbled by the reaction. I'm still getting used to it. I've been on TV in the spotlight now for maybe like what 4 years or so, and it's just still humbling to me to be able to see the reaction of the public and people that I never knew in my life walking up to me and saying certain things. I walked in a parade the other day, the African Day parade in Harlem, with some of my fraternal uh, friends called Mason Brothers, and I was walking down the side, and a lady, she started crying. That she seen me, and I was speaking to her. I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's wild. I'm not no one to cry over like that. In my
Yeah,
mind.
but you see, the thing is, to her, you have become whatever icon in her
Yeah,
mind
I,
that
mind blowing.
helps her get through her
Mind blowing.
day. You have become that
Mind blowing.
person.
Well,
And
and everybody touches somebody's life in a different way. So you could have had a story, or you could have had a show that really she emotionally connected with, or you touched her with, and that's where those emotions come from. Like, you don't know. I mean, with all these reality shows, and all people watch them for a reason, and they connect, or they might dream about it, or they might connect at a different level. So seeing you might have brought something emotional that she loved
Right.
about, and really connected with you, which is such an amazing
Yeah,
thing.
I'm humbly grateful for just people being
well,
able to pay attention to me in this big world of billions of people. You know what I mean? And want to know who I am and support the things I have going on.
I want to back up for a second. I want to talk about tattooing in and
Hmm.
of itself. Tattoo is
Right.
an art. I mean, you can't just walk in and say, "Hey, I'm going to be a
Not at all.
tattoo artist." You have to have some sort of art background. What was your background that drew you into tattooing?
Well, you have some tattoo artists out there that they might not be proficient in art. So to a sense, tattooing is a technical trade to a sense, but having an art background makes you go way further because somebody can train you to trace a line with a machine. Somebody can show you how to create a line with a butcher knife if they're good enough, right? And they have the skill of it.
Right.
So it's all about time and trade and the proper instruction and the application or whatever it is, right? So at the end of the day, if you
Mm,
now have the art and the understanding of what make color and make this do that, because you can't teach that. Can't teach good taste. You know what I mean? You can teach how to put some paint or some lines or some ink on someone's skin or a piece of paper, but you can't teach the inspiration, what makes them and what they put on that canvas. You know what I mean? So me, as far as my
right.
my background in art, I've been into art since I was, before I can even remember, honestly, sitting at my mom's table drawing the fruit basket. That's one of the first things I always started drawing. I said, once I get this fruit basket nailed, I'm going to take on the world. I'm going to be great. I'm going to be one of the most amazing artists. And I would try to draw that fruit basket all the time. And from there, I
Yeah.
went on to art and design, the New York City High School of Art and Design in New York,
Hmm.
which is like a specialized school. You have to actually take a test for, and several tests, interviews and live models, and it's one of the hardest schools to get into New York. But yeah, I had the pleasure and the honor of attending art and design, where I was able to hone more of my art skills, like in how to graph things, how to draw faces, eyes, this, that, larger scale models of that. And yeah, I appreciate the experience because having the raw talent and then being able to get that shaped into more of a solid form or whatever is amazing. So I would say that art and having that in your heart as well as the technical aspect of it before you get into something like tattooing creates the best artist. That's what I believe.
Wow. And
Spyder, I
then,
have a question. I have a quick question for you. So you said something very interesting. You said you can't
Yes,
teach taste. So, I deal with this all the time because I design restaurants, and, I have
that
this
sounds
eye
fun.
for
That sounds
decorating and
fun.
Stephanie will tell you. So here's the thing, right? You can see what you see. So you see something, you see this person, you say, oh, this is an amazing tattoo. This is beautiful. But then they see something else. It's even with design. Like, you can't tell somebody what it should look like, or what
Right.
taste should be, So what happens, like, when they come in and they say they want this, and in your mind, like, that might not look good, or that's not what you think it should be, or that's not the reality. I mean, how do you deal with, because it's
Yeah.
your work. I mean, you put your name on that, and you put your energy and passion behind it, but it's something that you think might not really look good. I mean, that's got to probably be a really hard connection of how do you make it look great, but still give them what they want, even though you're not 100% on what they're wanting
Well,
you to draw.
a tattoo when you're doing a project, because most of the projects I do are like large scale pieces, right? So a lot of the pieces or whatever it is, it could even be a smaller piece. So a lot of the pieces, first and foremost, are a collaboration between the artist and the client. And 9 out of 10 times, before me and my clients even engage in the tattoo portion of the whole process, we got so much things going on. The first thing I want to know is what are you into? What is this about? What was that? What did you do then? I kind of want to get into the person, you know what I mean, understand them, right? And then what I'll do is I'll take
Yeah.
a picture of the placement or whatever the tattoo is gonna be put at. I start doing digital designs, which I call a digital consultation. I started creating several different designs and the collaboration. I send it to them over the phone, so they see the tattoo on them before it's even done. You know what I mean? So once they
Yeah.
see that, we
Yeah.
go back and forth. If not, most of the times I hit it on the nail on the head. I'm going to say 9 out of 10 times. 9 out of 10 times. I usually eight. You know what? 8.5 out of 10 times. Final answer. 8.5 out of 10 times on the first try, I get it right. You know what I mean? And we just do some minor changes here and there, but the overall content of the piece is always spot on to what they're looking on. And if I'm not satisfied with it, if I'm not happy with the idea, the subject matter, or it is, I don't do it. I'm I won't do it.
Yeah.
I've turned down tattoos before. Money doesn't make my world rotate.
Yeah. That was my question. Have you
Of
ever
course,
turned them
of
down and
course.
said, you know what? No,
Of course,
I
of
can't do
course.
it.
I don't do hate
Yeah.
tattoos. I don't do gang tattoos. I don't do tattoos on the faces of younger adults. You know what I mean? That don't understand their life at the point
Hmm.
yet. I don't do hand tattoos on younger kids. On young, you know what I mean? I don't
Hmm.
do. There's a few bunch of things I don't do. So yeah, yeah. Like I said, money
Yeah.
don't make my world rotate completely. So there's many times I was like, yeah, nah, that's not me. You gonna have to figure that out somewhere else, brother or sister.
What about
Yeah. The morals and the values.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
what about mistakes? Like there has to be times where there is a mistake. Things happen, stuff happens. Somebody coughs.
Okay,
They,
so
a
interesting you
body
asked that,
motion.
Steph. Actually, most of the time, there's first of all, there's going to be a mistake 9 out of 10 times when it's somebody's giving you a tattoo.
Hmm.
100%. The best
Right,
artists don't even make you notice it. That's where the skills and the talent come into play. You get what I'm saying? Because to actually get, you got to think about it. To get a picture, right, an image, a certain design, depending on what it is, to a 100% accuracy. You know what I mean? On some skin is 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 a feat. You know what I mean? That's
right,
a
sure.
skill. And and
Hmm.
even if it's not 100% accurate, the best artist can make it look 98.7.6 percent close to it, to the point
Hmm.
where, and you know the thing about it, the client, out of 9 out of 10 times, most of the times are like ecstatic of the piece, of any piece that comes, super close to what they're trying to get done in their idea. You're taking the idea out your mind and then you're putting it on skin and bring it into the world. So they're happy, and I think that the artists are more hard on themselves to with certain things. I know I am. You know what I mean? Because I'll be in there sometimes 6 hour sessions. You know what I mean? Like, we going on. They be like, "Hey, yo, Spyder, I love it. What are you doing?" Like, all right, hold on, just chill for a second. Spray this on you, calm down the skin, and then, all right, let me just touch this, and then we done.
Right.
Or what they say, Steph, the greatest discoveries in the world were all done by
Oh wow,
mistakes,
really?
Yes, they do
right?
say
I mean,
that.
look at some of the biggest mistakes in the world became like amazing discoveries. So, I mean, I
Right.
guess, yeah,
That's very, very,
mistakes
very
could,
true.
I mean, mistakes could turn into
Yeah, yeah.
amazing
You
art.
know, it helps it out
So,
sometimes actually too, especially in tattooing if you're covering up somebody's mistake.
yeah. course, cover-ups
I specialize
seem
in
very
those.
difficult. Yeah, because people have a different way of thinking when they're 20 and when they're 40 and when they're
Absolutely.
60. Your mind evolves as you grow older, and so does your
Hmm.
art
Yeah, I
decisions, I
covered
would
up
think.
someone's ear last
But
night. In both of their ears,
yeah, what?
they shot off her ears. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It was
What was on their
one
ears
of my
that they needed
clients. No,
covering?
in her ears. In her ear.
In
One
her
of my
ear?
clients. She traveled from Detroit to my shop to get a cover up on both of her ears. She had like little flowers or like a little rose stem or something, and I got the pictures and the video. I'm gonna put it on my social media one of these days. But yeah, it was crazy, and I did like this whole geometric dot work pattern in it with a teardrop little ornaments. It's crazy. I'm put it up. People gonna be amazed. But yeah.
Wow. Talking
Wow,
about,
that sounds
I'm gonna
interesting.
I'm going to stop you for a minute because you know what happens with all shows, they go so fast that
I
before
know, I
this
know.
show
Hmm.
runs out, I want to make sure, Spider, that anybody who wants to get in touch with you,
Oh
how do they
man,
go about it?
easy. You can hit me on coming to Instagram, Ink by Spyder. That's INKBYSPYDER. I got a bunch of links up there. Hit the link. I got my management, my publicist, Chastity. You see all the info up there. Whatever you want to get in touch with me and talk about, or you just might have a question about some tattoo work or whatever. Hit me on my page. I mean, give me a couple of likes and comments. And see if I see you out the bunch.
There you go. The new world of social media is so important that people, if you like something, tell
Hmm.
people you like it. Takes you 2 seconds. It means a lot. It really means a lot. And if you like something, make it known. Don't only talk about the bad. I'm so sick and tired of people. Oh, I'm going to give you a bad Yelp review.
Oh my God, let's not even talk about Yelp. Yelp and
Yelp is the
Google. They're like
devil.
the Hey, I'm sure Spider, you know it. I mean, Stephanie just opened up a whole nother can of worms and shows, but my God, online reviews. They're like everybody thinks they're a critic, everybody thinks they're a chef, everybody thinks
I
they're an
got one I
artist,
got one
you
bad
know.
Yelp review ever in my life, and it was because of something that was playing on the radio. I'm like, what? I'm like, what that got to do
Wow.
with me? I'm not the DJ.
That's what I mean. Show the love,
They
people.
were
Show
music
I'm
love.
just sitting
connoisseurs
there
too.
tattooing. I
Show
ain't put it
love.
in the rotation.
There you go. But to move forward, you were fortunate enough to be casted onto a
Absolutely,
major hit
absolutely,
TV show, and it brought a whole new level to you because
absolutely.
people recognized you. So now you went from basically an obscure tattoo artist, like many, many others, to a star, to someone noticeable. And my question to you is, how have you changed, and how has your family changed over the years
Oh
with the TV
man,
show?
so we've been able to broaden our horizons, definitely financially. You know what I mean? Being able to have access. That,
That's the
yeah,
reality of it
you
all.
know, I don't think that money or certain other things are the biggest thing in the world. What the biggest thing is, what you need with that money and other things and other assets are the access that they provide. You know what I mean? Access to better
Mhm.
everything.
Well, you know what it is, Spider? It gives you so many
Right,
more doors open and so
right.
much more opportunity. So, it's funny because everybody always says, wow, being famous is amazing or being on a reality show is amazing. It's not always amazing, but it's the opportunity that opens up for your business. So it gives you the ability to
It's a trade off.
provide for your family and do amazing things, but do it and be paid to do it and enjoy doing it and the opportunities to do it even
Yeah,
bigger and better,
it's definitely a trade off. It's a trade off. Even like when it comes to the entertainment, like and things like that, you got to have people, amazing people on your team, on your side. Like Stephanie. Stephanie was definitely instrumental in in securing a lot of dope things for me in my contract personally. So without her, I wouldn't be able to, because you get paid for anything, right? But it's what you get paid, and she was able to, what I mean, definitely lock down some opportunities for me that create even better opportunities for the future, and I appreciate her for that always.
Yeah.
I
I
I
have to say,
appreciate
Steph,
that.
I got to say one thing. I got to give you your props because we work together on a lot of things, and everybody I talk to or with, and anybody that mentions Stephanie, it's not just the work she does. Because, I
Right.
mean, you can hire any attorney to do any type of work and pay them, and they'll do it. It's the passion she
Mhm.
puts into the work. And again, that goes back
Mhm.
to loving what you do, right? But it's also she
Yep.
watches out for you and cares about you. So she cares about her clients so much. And I mean, there's so many things that we can talk about, but Stephanie always say to me, it's not that what I'm reading, I'm not there, but I'm protecting you and I'm teaching you and I'm educating you on what to look for and what not to look for because she brings that experience and that professionalism. So, I got to agree with you. Having
Yeah.
people in your court is so important. And, hey,
Yeah.
Steph, we're
Nah.
giving you
Nah.
props.
Listen.
Hey, I'm
Nah. Yeah.
sitting here
One. One.
listening
One.
to
One
it.
hundred
Just
percent. Because entertainment is a very
tough.
It
it's like
is.
the
It's tough.
Olympics. You know what I mean? You're dealing with some of
Yeah.
the best of the
But
best. Best people that could put money in your pocket and the best that could take money out of your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And either create
yep.
or deny
Yep.
access to a lot of different things. And one thing that you can't get back out of all these things, right, is time. So it's very important
That's
to
right.
always go with your best foot forward first. You know what I mean, and have a good supportive team.
And you know what? Talking about time, these shows go so fast
Hmm.
that I want to push forward. I want to talk about new projects. What's
New
coming up in the
project.
future?
So my baby right now is definitely beside my streetwear clothing brand, branded content NYC. That's the same thing on Instagram too, branded content NYC. Um, beside that, my definitely my podcast, my show. It's Ink and Out podcast. It's amazing. One of the biggest, best, groundbreaking podcasts I believe on the planet, where I basically sit down and tattoo and interview my guests. At the same time, I've been just in the process of making it a great.
And it will soon be, let's put it out there that it will soon be
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
to
yeah,
TV.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you'll
yeah,
be
yeah,
able to
yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
I had an
yeah.
opportunity to go out
Absolutely,
there and get a
absolutely.
tattoo and be
That's
We had the
interviewed.
right.
Restaurant
I sat in
Diva
that
herself
chair.
there. You know what I mean? So yeah, we
That's
Yeah, I
right.
sat in that chair. I have a
right,
little
right.
thing to
We
prove
be
it.
sent her home with a nice
That's
little souvenir, right? Yeah,
that's
and
right. No. It will every
Absolutely.
you know what? Very soon people will be able to watch that actually on their TVs. It makes a big difference when you're watching
right,
something versus hearing it. In the olden days, hearing the radio let us create things in our mind, but today everybody wants the experience of seeing it. So
Yeah.
luckily,
yep.
they're
And
going to
you
see
see
it very soon.
some of your
Very,
favorite
very soon.
celebrities in that chair under that needle.
That's right. That's right. There's
Lots of them,
lots of them coming. So, in closing, what does the future look like for you
man.
and your family?
Man,
What's
like I said, I never had a dream of being in TV and film or anything like that. So I'm happy to have the opportunity to be in an industry like this, to be in the door of it. I'm actually executive producing some of my own TV shows and things like that, whatever. So I'm just grateful to be able to do that and understand the business more. So I say more like me and my wife, we're starting our own production company, and we're gonna be creating more shows and more things under that, as long as the clothing and just trying to grow and become better people. Just have a better understanding with life and just love and continue to be us.
And you know what, Spider? At the end of the day, what's amazing, you can do and provide so much for your kids. Just like Stephanie and I started off, your greatest legacy is
One
what
hundred
you
percent.
give
Mhm.
down to your children,
Oh, yeah.
and look at the change and what you're going to be able to
One hundred
provide for your
percent.
children. It's so amazing. I mean, Stephanie and I opened the show with saying, like, my greatest asset in everything that I do and my legacy is my three
Mhm.
girls and her eight kids. I mean, look at they can turn around
Right.
and say, look what my dad did, look what my mom's doing. I mean, that's such an amazing thing for them to be able to look up to and
Yeah.
be able to change lives
Yeah,
and
I'm
change
I'm so
the
I'm
future.
That's
that's
right.
what I do it for at this point. I feel like I don't want to say it like that. My life is over, but I'm because I'm still pursuing things. But the engine and the force between is definitely my family, my children, my three girls. Just trying to and they're girls. You know, they're not boys. Not nothing against anybody with boys and everything, but the girls. You know, so they gotta be raised and exposed to certain things, particularly in a certain kind of way and delivered in a certain kind of way. And I want them to be able to be strong women in the future when I'm not here. You know what I mean? In my absence, and be able to control their own outcome and do what they got to do as their own individuals. So from young, I've been instilling
Yeah.
a lot of different things in them. Like getting my daughter, she's getting into TV and film. She's going to be a PA. She graduated from fashion school, high school at a year early, 17. You know what I mean? Yeah, my 10-year old,
Mhm.
she's learning how to tattoo. So just I'm just trying to just get them ready and equip them with as much skills and knowledge as possible.
It's all
Yeah,
about
that's
our
great.
legacy. That's what it
Yeah,
comes down
It
to.
does.
It's
Yeah,
our legacy.
absolutely.
Well, I want to thank
thank
you,
you.
Spider, for coming on.
No
It really
problem,
means
man.
a lot to us. And I know there's great things coming up the pike for you, and we both really look forward to hearing about it and seeing it and being a part of it and being a part of your
Right,
family and
right.
our family.
No,
Um,
I
Yeah, thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Thank you for being a guest. And Spider, you
I
need to
got
come
to.
and visit the
I gotta
restaurants. I
come
need to
down
feed
there,
you.
man. You know what? I've heard and I've looked at pictures and I've seen so many amazing meals and dishes. Listen, I gotta make sure that's gonna be like Thanksgiving when I get down there.
Yeah.
there you go. I'm sure that would be
Well,
an
maybe we'll do a book
I'm
signing. We'll do
down.
something
I'm down
special
with it
for you down
anytime,
here.
man. It was a pleasure being on here with you ladies. Thank you for having me as your first guest. I'm honored.
Well, we're honored to have had you. And with that being said, unfortunately, as I always say, as shows that I've been on and shows that I've been a part of, because as people know, I've had the Stephanie O show for 12 years already. It's been a long running show in the New York area, and whenever it comes to an end, I'm always like
Yeah,
shocked. How
that
did an
fast.
hour go by?
I know. It goes so fast.
What happened here? But they just fly by. And I turn my head, and 1 hour is,
Hmm.
just about over. Um, and I just want to say, what a great start! What a great beginning! I want everybody to stay tuned because if this is the beginning, you have just wait
Right.
and see what we have to come.
Oh,
Because
we have so many things to come. And we have amazing guests coming up and topics coming up. And we just launched our new website for the podcast, thestepsofservice.com. And you can see new pictures of Stephanie and I that I just added this week. So you can actually put a visual with the voice. And visit us on Instagram, Restaurant Diva, of course, and Stephanie Ovadia. And this was fun, Steph. We finally did it.
we did it, and shows one, as they say in
Excellent.
Hollywood, is in the can.
Or
So
in the books, or in the, I
it's
don't
in
know,
the
I guess
can. They
social media.
say,
So in the
listen,
media,
this is the perfect
A wrap.
thing. It's in the can. The can. It's
in the
our
can, yeah.
bathroom. It's in the can. So, anyways, we will see you next week. So stay tuned.
You're
All
There's
right,
bigger,
more to
better
come.
coming. Yep, right. Good night.